Good morning and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV of Frederick. My name is Callie Say and I'm here at Transwest and Horse Trailer Sales. So for those of you guys that aren't familiar with us, we're right off I-25, about 30 minutes north of Denver, and we ship all over the country. So if you're not located here in Colorado and you find a trailer that we have an inventory on order that you really like, we can ship it anywhere all over the country. So we've done all the way to Alaska before. Anyways, what we're going to go through today is actually a sold trailer. So a lot of these trailers that we've been videoing, they're actually already sold before they even get here. The great thing about these videos that we do is it actually allows us to do a walkthrough, virtual walkthrough for customers, so that if we have something on order that maybe pictures don't quite do it justice, they want to be able to see what we look like when we're in the trailers. It kind of helps everybody figure out spatially how much room you have. These video walkthroughs are a great thing to do. So even though it's sold and you're probably sad about it, we do have other trailers just like this one on order. And the great thing about those on order trailers is it actually allows us to make certain changes as long as it's within a certain timeline, so that these trailers can be exactly what you want. This trailer in particular, they made a couple very cosmetic changes early on in the process, so that even though it was on order, they got that earlier slot we'd already reserved for an inventory piece, and they actually changed out the regular silver wheels for black wheels. They added some more padding and some feed bags. So these are really small changes that I think are going to make a big difference to those customers in the long run. But let's go take a tour. All right, so this is actually a trailer that I love. This is one that I have at home. Not quite as cool as this one here. They've made a lot of awesome upgrades on these trailers since mine was built. I've got a 2009 Cimarron Warmblood 2-horse straight load. So this trailer is really familiar to me. I wish it had some of these really cool upgrades that this one does here. The first thing I really like on this trailer is this stainless steel nose sheet, as well as this lower diamond plate here. So when you're pulling a bumper pull, a lot of that road blast just gets concentrated right on this area of the trailer. So by having something a little more heavy duty than our 050 aluminum sheets, you get a little bit more longevity and cleaner appearance out of your trailer. Plus, I think that this nice silver here, this stainless and this diamond plate really kind of dresses up the front of this trailer, so it looks really good going down the road as well. So as I mentioned, a 2-horse bumper pull Warmblood trailer. So what that means is that we've made this trailer a little bit taller. It's 7'7" tall as opposed to our standard 7'1" tall. It's standard width, but the horses are loaded on a straight instead of a slant. So by doing that, we're able to get a little bit more room for those horses that just don't fit well on a slant load. They get more headroom, they get more length, and it just makes them more comfortable overall. So those people that have warm bloods or big horses, this is a really, really great option for you. All right, so as we're moving our way into our tack, this is a very similar tack to the trailer that I have at my house, but one of the things that I really wish I had on mine is this fold-up step. So we've started adding a fold-up step to almost every trailer we have here on inventory. It just makes it so much easier to get in and out. If you have to haul in a heavy Western saddle or big tack boxes, it's a lot harder to make it from either this running board or just this front straight all the way into your trailer here. So by having this front step, you cut the distance in half. It makes it a lot easier. It's a lot easier on those of us that maybe have just been bucked off. So we want to make our lives as easy as possible to get in and out, especially if we have any issues. Another thing I like is this little brush box on this door. Especially on these trailers, you want to utilize as much storage space as possible. They're not quite as big of dressing rooms on these inventory models as you would have on a slant load. When you've got that slant, you've got just so much more space to work with in the tack room. So we want to utilize all the space we can, and these little brush boxes are a great place to hide all your grab and go items like your brushes, your shampoos and conditioners, fly spray, anything that you're going to be using a lot that you don't want to have to go in and out for. So little brush box here. Inside of this actual trailer, we've got the recessed saddle post. So if you have more than 2 saddles, you don't have to worry. These trailers are well equipped to handle more. So we've got the 2 blanket bars. These can be interchangeable. You can add more saddle holders if you need to. It's as easy as loosening these bolts here and sliding it up and down to accommodate whatever you need. So especially on these 7.7 tall trailers, you have a little bit more height to work with, so you can add more on there if you want. Right here is a cool little feature that a lot of people love on these little Warmblood trailers. We actually do a little window, a little peek window through here, so that if you're driving and you want to hop in here really quick and get an eye on both of your horses, kind of make sure they're behaving, make sure they're traveling well, you can pop in here really quick, look through this window, and you don't have to open things up and disturb your horses. So it's just a really fun little feature, but you know, it's a nice little upgrade that a lot of people really appreciate. Right here we have all of our bridle hooks. So we've got 12 total in this tack area here, and we've got carpeting behind so that number 1, your bits don't scratch up this nice white aluminum, and number 2, your horses don't have to listen to that rattle and clang going down the road, so that it's a little bit quieter for them and they can enjoy their ride a little bit more. Right up here we do have an LED OptiBrite light. So those OptiBrite lights, they're all LED lights on this trailer, which gives you a couple benefits. Number 1, you have the ability to have a brighter light. They use less energy, and they usually last a little bit longer. So these OptiBrite lights are actually standard on every trailer now for Cimarron. It used to be an upgrade option, but now they've decided everybody uses these. Let's just put these standard. So now every trailer that you get is going to have those nice bright OptiBrite lights. Right above here, you do have a clothes rod. So if you need to bring show clothes or anything somewhere, maybe you just want to hang up jackets or vests, it's a great little space. We're just utilizing a lot of vertical storage here so that you can use every part of this tack room. Like I said, these tack rooms on these Warmblood trailers, unless you add length, they're not very big, so we want to make sure that we get all the space and storage out of them as possible. On this floor here, we did decide to upgrade over the standard carpet to a rubber mat. The nice thing about these rubber mats is that they're really easy. If you spill something on them, you wipe it right up, take some water to it, and these clean up really nice for a long, long time to come. They're those heavy-duty stall mats, so it's not like you're going to have any issues with rips and tears. If a horse can paw on them and not cause any damage, I think you're going to be just fine walking in and out. All right, so now we're going to get back to the horse area here. The nice thing about this horse area is we've added additional length. So since we went extra tall, we also want to consider the fact that these Warmbloods are usually a little bit longer. So you actually have 10 foot 7 inches of stall length from that partition wall there all the way to the back of the trailer, and that gives you 82 inches worth of body length for your horses. So I mean, that gives you room to load some pretty big horses on this trailer. We want to always be considerate of the fact that we don't want those horses rubbing their tails on the back of the ramp or anything like that. So we want to give them plenty of room to be able to stretch out and be comfortable, so they're more likely to load in and out of these trailers. Cool thing about these little Warmblood trailers is you actually get 2 escape doors on either side. So if you need to walk a horse on and duck underneath the chest bar and come out this way, very easy to do that. It makes it so easy to throw your hay in here. You can just open this door, check on your horses. You don't have to worry. You've got a nice secure chest bar in here, so they won't come running out towards you trying to think that they can get out this way. But one of the things she upgraded on this one is she did have us go ahead and add this big feed bag as well as these bolsters on these chest and butt bars. So she wanted her horses to be comfortable. She wanted them to be able to have hay in front of them while they travel. So having these big feed bags, I mean, you can throw quite a bit of feed in there, go a long time without restocking. On this exterior here, you've got these nice heavy-duty extruded aluminum side slats. This is what you see on all of our horse trailers. It's a triple hollow slat. It adds a lot of structural strength to the side of your trailer. What we focus on at Cimarron is we want to make sure that these trailers are going to last a long, long time. My personal trailer is at this point 13 model years, or 12 or 13 model years old, and it's still in really, really great shape. It's a testament to how well these Cimarron trailers hold up over time. And so even though the barrier to entry to get into one of these trailers is higher on the budget, usually in the long run, the cost of ownership, the resale value, all of that works into making these trailers a better buy for the consumer. Right here you do have the wraparound Dutch doors on the back. I really like this feature because you can have those drop downs down on the head, you have the bus window here, as well as you've got these on the side that can wrap all the way around, so you can get a lot of airflow moving through these trailers. In these hotter climates, I think yesterday we hit 102 degrees. We want to make sure these horses are as cool as possible. Last thing we want is a horse overheating in a trailer. So by giving us the ability to manipulate the air how we want, it just really makes it a lot better experience for the buyer. Right here, this is another one of those upgrades that she opted for. It's actually the same price to do these black aluminum wheels. So every Cimarron comes standard with aluminum wheels. We have the option to do black or silver. So she really liked a video that we did on this trailer that had black wheels with the white sheets. So one of the things she requested is she wanted us to change those out to black wheels. Right here, this fender, you've got your 2 button lights here so that you know at night how wide you are so that other people can see you. It's a nice safety feature. The nice thing is if you ever blow a tire and you have anything damage your fenders, these are bolt-ons. So it's really easy for a technician to get in and swap these out, which means less money for you paying it in labor to have somebody swap it out. And it's easier for us to get our hands on one of these versus one that's welded on. So another cost-saving benefit of buying a Cimarron. If you do have any problems with your wheels, these trailers actually come with a tire warranty. So Lion's Head warranties these tires for 1 year, no questions asked, against any roadside hazards, as well as a 2-year roadside assistance and a 5-year against any manufacturer defects. So the tires themselves have a pretty good warranty. Your Cimarron will have essentially a 3-year hitch to bumper and an 8-year structural. So they really stand behind their trailers at Cimarron. All right, so right back here, we have the load light on the rear. So if you need to load your horses at night, you'll be able to see, they'll be able to see this ramp, see where they're stepping. You're not loading them into a nice dark box. They've got a light, bright interior to get in and out of. This ramp here is coated, or it's lined in this nice rubberized, grippy, textured ramp material. So it's really easy. If it's snowy or anything like that, you still have the ability to get up and down without worrying about slipping. Gives it a nice, good hold on it. As I mentioned, she upgraded to the bolster pads on the butt and the chest bars. They're nice and squishy. If you ever get them torn up by a horse, they're easy to replace. This partial divider here actually just swings right over. So if you need to load a horse and you want just a little bit more room, maybe they're a little nervous getting in and out, you can swing this one over and give yourself plenty of space to get in and out. And it swings either direction. Nice and easy. The nice thing is it's got this little foot that it rests on, and this is a high-grade plastic, so you're going to avoid any rattle, but it also gives you a nice solid place. These are heavy-duty dividers, so we want them to have as much support when we're traveling down the road as possible, and that helps minimize the bounce that they get from that vibration, which keeps them intact for a lot longer. So that plate is nice. It's very low profile. If you ever need to, you can take all of this equipment out and you can make this a box stall. If you have to haul like a mare and foal, or maybe you're going on a really long trip and you want them to have a lot of room to turn around and be comfortable, this can completely come out. Even these butt bars here, They're really easy to take in and out. You've got a little string here, and they pop right out. This is all that's kind of holding them in there. Everything you see on a Cimarron, if it's in the horse area, there's a good chance you're going to get one of these plastic buffers between your metal-on-metal contacts. We want to keep these trailers as quiet as possible for your horses. They don't really want to listen to the cling of metal as you go down the road. And they also want these trailers to last a long time. So metal on metal actually wears a lot faster. By doing this plastic buffer, they're protecting the trailer, they're increasing the longevity of their parts, so it's a good thing all around. It's just as easy as that to reinstall. Right here, this is actually not plastic, it is aluminum that they've got powder coated here. It's really easy to just slide this in, and this is in a nice lock position. If a horse pushes on it, you're nice and heavy duty, kind of protect you and your horse while you're unloading. Up on the front here, if you've got a horse that likes to play with these, at their hips, you're not having to really worry about them getting out, but at their head side, you want to make sure that if you've got a mouthy horse or one that likes to play with things, they're not just going to pop this open and try and bother their neighbors. So we've actually got a little lock on this one here. It's really easy to operate. You literally just push your finger right here, and that swings it up, gets it out of the way. See the little lock here? Swings it up, gets it out of the way so that you can just pop this right off. Oh, I've got it's hooked to my rider there. So it's just a nice safety feature. We always have them on the head side of these horses for the chest bars. You've got your big feed bags, which you can see a little easier here. They're just clipped in, so if you need to take them out and wash them, they're made of a nice heavy-duty material that's mildew and mold resistant. So although you don't want water left sitting in here, it's got a nice protective coating on it to kind of help ease that if you do forget every now and again. This head guard is movable, so if you need to swing it over, it's easy to get out of the way. You've got latch points on either side, so you can hold it in place. Maybe you want your horse to be able to swing its head side to side and you don't have one loaded here. It's just a nice little option. Those roof vents, they operate either direction. On these tall trailers, I really need a step stool to operate them. I just don't have quite the reach to open and close them, but they do manipulate the air, so if you need to suck air in or suck air out, that is an option. It's right over their heads, so they'll get a nice breeze going through here. I've got this drop-down window down so that you can kind of see what it looks like when you're in travel. There's no rough spots on these as I run my hands over them. One of the things that Cimarron does really, really well is they make sure that everything is really horse safe. So they bevel all these edges. They give everything a nice radius to it so that if your horse is here messing around, they've got a lot of time while they travel to try and hurt themselves. So we want to make sure they're as safe as possible and you don't have to come unload them and have any surprise little nicks and scratches on them. Got tie rings on either side. So if you didn't want to tie, or if you didn't want to feed here, you can tie a hay bag to one or tie their lead ropes to the other or clip them in however you need. So really easy. This mat right here that goes all the way around the trailer. So if you've got a horse that likes to lay his foot on it and rub it, it's going to hold up a lot better than a standard mat. It's actually got a mesh fiber in it that helps give it a lot more strength and keeps it from peeling off the wall if you've got a horse that likes to paw heavy. This ramp here is super easy to operate. You can do it one-handed. It's not hard to put up and down. It's got a nice spring assist on it. These butterfly latches, we put them anywhere that a horse is located. So anytime a horse has access to the outside, or if we've got a door that's maybe too big, we don't want to have to rely on a latch, you're going to see one of these butterfly latches on it. It's a nice safety feature. We can actually lock those, so you don't have to worry about anybody accessing your trailer without your permission. You've got all of your lights down here. They're nice and low, easy to access, so it just makes it super easy for you to get to. Just because it's an extra tall trailer, you don't have to be an extra tall person. On this side here, you can see our little drop down windows. They're able to be popped into place so you don't have to worry about them flying up, going down the highway. They're heavy duty little drop downs here. They've got a lot of additional framing that you can't see. And if you want to keep these up, you do have a little window that you can operate those from. On each side of these trailers, you're going to see a little awning light. These are custom built trailers, so if you don't want a light on that side, we don't have to add one. If you want more lights, if you want more button lights, these are all things that we can manipulate and make exactly how we want. This is a trailer style that's sold really well for us, but if you have an idea of something that would make it even better, you can take one of those inventory trailers that we have on order, and if it's not too far down the line, you can make those changes to it to make it exactly what you want. So for those of you that really love this trailer and are upset that you can't get one just like it, right now we do have it duplicated on order, so you can give me a call. My number is 970-309-6368. That's nice. And if you reference this stock number 5N210213, I'll know exactly which trailer you're talking about, and we can get you some spec sheets and we can start making it your own. So I really appreciate you guys tuning in with me today. I hope you enjoyed this tour of this trailer. Have a great day.